Today, I'm going to show you guys my MPC One Dawless Workflow. Freebeat. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Let's get started. So, anyone who's been a regular viewer of the channel knows that I cannot stand making music at the computer. I just find the whole experience lifeless and uninspiring. So, for the past couple months, I've been trying to work on a proper DAWless setup that would let me still have the basically endless options that I'm looking for. And I think I'm finally there. I've spent about a week with this setup. I have not found any downsides with it yet, and I think I'm ready to share it with you guys. So, it's based around the Akai MPC One. Now, I got this device a few months ago, and at first I was a little intimidated by it, but the more that I've learned about it and just gotten to use it more, I've fallen in love with it as the center of my creative songwriting process. So this basically acts as my DAW. It is a DAW in a box, really. You know, it's got a lot of the same features and power that you'd find in a computer-based DAW, but it also has the hardware controllers, not to mention a ton of connectivity. And this little setup that I've decided on here with this little shelf next to my main desk has enabled me to always have the MPC One plugged into power, as well as audio and MIDI, which is really, really cool. So let's take a look at the audio side of things, because that has been my biggest issue. Some of you might know that I recently picked up the Zoom LiveTrack L12 to be my mixer and recorder and audio interface for the computer. And this thing is a godsend. I absolutely love it. However, it's also totally unnecessary. For the purposes of this setup, you could just use this as a mixer. Obviously, I make YouTube content, so I really need the recording features and things like that. In fact, you can see that we are recording the audio for this video through that microphone right there into the Zoom. But a mixer would also totally work for this setup. So I've got the line out from the MPC, that's our left and right out from the MPC, going into channels 11 and 12 here on my mixer. Then I have one of the 5 different headphone outs split into left and right and going into the input of my MPC One. Now, the cool thing about this device is that it lets me give each headphone output a separate mix, so I'm able to tell the Zoom basically what to send to the MPC. And then when it's time to record, I can just record the audio in from the MPC, so I don't get any looping feedback or anything like that. It's really, really cool. So for instance, right now, the MPC is not hearing my microphone. If I go to Mix E, you can see that my microphone line is all the way down. However, several different lines are up and ready to listen. So basically with this mixer, anything that I plug into the inputs up there can go into the MPC, and then the MPC can send its standalone audio back. So if you were using a normal mixer, you would plug all your stuff into your mixer, then run that into the inputs of your MPC, and then just run the outputs to your headphones or monitors, or you could just use the headphone jack down there, if you weren't really concerned with recording your process like I do here. So that in and of itself is really, really cool. It allows me to run any of my gear, even the electronic drum set or the SPDSX there, into the MPC. And yeah, I know the drum set's a mess right now. However, what really took this setup to the next level was this. This is the Yamaha Clavinova, and this is actually Oliver's old digital piano. It's been in this shed, which, yeah, this is a shed. This has been out here for a long time, and we finally did some cleaning, and I was able to get it into the studio portion of the shed where I can use it. I am running this via MIDI into the MIDI in on the back of the MPC One. So I am able to use this keyboard as a MIDI controller for the MPC One. So that makes a lot of things possible. First of all, it's just nice to have an 88-key keyboard to play on. But yeah, we can do things like switch over. Here we go. We're on Tube Synth right now, just to plug in. Yeah, it's so cool. Or we can do things like this. We can go to a expansion and let's pull up piano. Okay, the piano's loaded in. Let's go ahead and pull it up here. There we go, dark piano. So now, you might think that those sounds are coming from the piano itself, but nope, the volume's all the way off. That is in fact MIDI data. You can see right there, we are playing that on the MPC One. So that, like I said, enables a lot of possibilities. It also lets me do stuff like this. So this is my Behringer Model D right here, an external synth. Let's power that on. Now what we can do is go ahead and set this track, instead of having a plugin or an expansion on it, we can set it to a MIDI track. Let's go ahead and change our MIDI port there to the MPC. And now, yeah, you guys are hearing the Model D. How cool is that? So let's go ahead here and have a little impromptu jam. So I'm going to go in and load up a drum kit, just a random kit here. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up on track 2. How about that? There we go. Cool. Let's go ahead and throw something down here. 2 bars is fine. Let's just go, I don't know, 125 BPM. I'm going to go ahead and turn off quantize, which is going to shock like anyone. All right. Metronome on for sure. Let's just play something. It's going to be bad, but that's okay. 3, 4. There we go. Cool. Let's use the Behringer now for a bass line. So let's go back to track 1, which is our MIDI track. Now I could play it with the pads, but it's way more fun to play it with the keyboard. Something like that, and then we'll mess with it after the fact. So record, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna click undo and turn on the metronome, because I forgot to do that. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Turn off the metronome. Now let's play it and we'll mess with parameters on here. There we go. That's pretty good. Now let's get another track here. Let's load up a plugin, tube synth. Let's get a preset going. Program edit. Smooth and tight. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think anyway. Let's keep looking. How about analog wall? Yeah, that's really nice. Record, play, start. All right, really basic, but that's all right. Let's do one more track here, track 4, and we will once again go and get a plug-in here. Let's get a bassline plug-in maybe. I just want to play something up high, turn up the program level. There we go, just a little solo. 3, 4. Totally forgot what key I was in, especially because I was holding the camera. But there you guys go. There's just a very quick example of what can be done with this setup in just a matter of seconds. Now imagine if I had 2 hands. and didn't have to hold the camera. I hope you guys enjoyed this little look at my MPC One Dawless Workflow. Hopefully this has inspired you to take a look at maybe creating your own Dawless setup. Who knows, maybe you already have one. I know a lot of you guys out there are using the Novation Circuit tracks for a Dawless setup, which is a great way to start, it looks like, with those inputs and multiple MIDI outs. So yeah, if you have a Dawless music making setup, let me know what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.